Greetings, welcome back to Pinkoddbird. Today I am here to share another little set of Halloween journals that I made with you, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay friends, so I went ahead and I kind of brought back, well, didn't bring back, but I haven't made one of these for a little while, I would say, but the Traveler's Notebook size, and this is actually maybe a little bit bigger than a Traveler's Notebook on the width, just because it's so fluffy. So it is about 4.5 inches rather than the usual 4 1/4 by almost 8.5. So it's just over 8 1/4. And they are all fabric covered. They have lots of fun things inside of them. There are 3, like I already mentioned. They're pretty similar, but obviously not every single page is going to be the same. So I'm going to flip through and show you guys what these look like. All 3 of these are going to be available in my Etsy shop. Check the description box below for information on when these books are going to be live and available in my Etsy shop. And it is going to be today, Wednesday, September 11th. And I think that's all the things I needed to say. Oh, I will put on the screen what each one of these will be called. Pretty simple, just so that if you guys are looking for a specific one, you know which one to grab. Okay, so here we go. All right, I'm at the end of the day here, so I hope that the lighting and everything is okay. So I'm going to be going a little bit faster just because I don't know how quick the sun is going to set. They're all closed with Sari Silk. I stitched a little bit of ribbons on at the top, and mostly I used Priscilla's kit, the Witches Halloween kit. I used some of the new Tim Holtz Halloween ephemera to do some layering and some of the words from the new Halloween Tim Holtz. And then I just layered a bunch of other stuff behind, and this cover is attached firmly. This particular fabric is really pretty purple with haunted trees and haunted houses. And then there's a little bit of black lace, vintage black lace on the spine. So opening up in the front cover, obviously, many of the pages you can use to glue other things on top of. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Sometimes people are new to journals, and so if you guys get tired of me saying the same thing over and over, I'm saying it in case there's somebody new. So here is one of these vintage treat bags. This is from 1993. Those were a gift to me. Little 1993. And then I did use some of Tsunami Rose's digital images also. And they have little quotes on them as well, but I thought that would be a nice little card to use for an introduction to the book. And then maybe you could put something here like Happy Halloween or 2024, whatever, however you decide to use the book. There are some Mrs. Cogs little tags in there, and Mrs. Cogs little images as well, and Daisy's big jars. You can write on the back of those with gel pens, of course. These books are filled. I don't really know how many pages there are, but they are really all just filled. I will put the details, though, in the Etsy listing. One of Priscilla's tags, and they all say something different at the bottom. I did just washi tape some of these little cards on just because I thought it would be cool to leave them like repositionable, but you can move it around. This is one piece of a vintage envelope. I made 4 charms, and then there's 2 charms on the spine. Here, let me show you. I always call this the spine. I don't know what is wrong with my brain. The profile. These have like a little orange and purple plastic bead, and then there's a charm, and then I made 1, 2, and then here's another one of those little charms with the plastic beads. 3, there should be another charm in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the eyeball. So they all will have something very, very similar to those charms that you see there. This is an envelope that I made here, and a little piece of ephemera to write on. I just added some washi and the new Tim Holtz Halloween. And then inside I just put some of my dyed papers cut-offs so that you can use that as a little notebook maybe. Vintage book page. This one has a little witch hat on it. I did try to do lots of like flip outs and stuff like that for expansion on the pages so that you have more space to write, because these books are obviously more narrow. And this here is actually a little pocket. These are Taylormadejournals wallpapers. Little belly band. And then this pocket, I left it open so you can tuck something a little bit wider in there. I think those are also Taylormade's. And then this is a little stencil that I used, and this is some velvet, black velvet ruffle trim. These are Ideals book pages with a harvest theme, I believe. And then here you have all three of them will have one of these, which is like a pocket, so you could put something in here and then flip up, and then you can maybe do something even on the back side of this, and then you have this whole back piece here. They all have one of these beads on them, but they're little black velvet beads, which is really cool. Oops. Another big jar. And then of course this can flip out for more space as well. And then you got this here. And then the center, you can have the full page if you just unfold both of those pieces, but you also have the option to glue them down and turn them into pockets if you want to. But why do you want to cover up the raven? Little postcard there. Another belly band here. All the original hand-dyed papers. Another stencil. Some little pom-pom trim. More ephemera. Same here. I didn't close this pocket, but you can if you prefer. This is a copy of one of my antique music papers, but it's Heckentanz, which says Witch's Dance. And so that's a copy of that. This is a flip out, and then I made one of these little Franken tags you can write on. It says, "Behold the secrets of the night." There's that little charm. Some little purple gingham ruffles, and then some washi tape there. Here I made these envelopes. I loosely used Ayozie's tutorial, and I'll try to remember to link that one down in the description box for you below. And this one does have like a little pocket right here, so you can add whatever you want in this pocket. And then of course there's the big pocket, and then I just put these here for like little extra writing spaces on the envelope. And they each will have one of those. Oh, and I cut this one kind of wavy. Here's the other piece of that vintage envelope, and there's a little tag in there, and I stamped a little trick or treat group down here at the bottom. So you got the little, this one is from 1960. This one is Crone. You got another big jar in the back, and then you got this little one that's paper clipped on here. One more little tag down here. And then in the back of the book, I used a tutorial. I don't remember the channel name, but I will try and link that tutorial in the description box below as well. But I thought this would make a cool either bookmark or writing board, because the book does have like a lot of pages and like ruffles and stuff sewn into it. And then what I did was, this wasn't in the tutorial, but I added, because you know I got to be extra, I added in the ghosts and like the little stars, and just because that is really bumpy and it doesn't exactly laminate over that flatly, I went ahead and stitched around it. So you could write on this side, which is completely flat, but that's also a foiled spider web, so it looks really cool. And there's my stamp. You probably can't see it. So that is this one. Oh, I don't think I said it in the beginning, but it was probably on the screen. And this one is going to be called Haunt. Haunt. All right, so let's show the next one. Okay, so here's the next one. And this one is going to be called Scaredy Cat because it has all the little scaredy cats on this little green fabric. And it also has a cat sitting on the front. Although the cat that's sitting at the front looks kind of more like a boss. You can see that here. And where this one says Returned Wanderers, and it's got this little hooded person here on the front cover. And this one says The Hollowed Spot, and then it has this little boss cat here. Got the same lace. All right, so we got the same elements in the front here, the vintage treat bag, and another note card. Of course, like I said, some of the papers are different. You've got the jar there. It's another vintage envelope in this book. And here's your envelope on this one. These are the Tim Holtz transfers, I think is what they are. This says Wonderful Secret. You do have the pocket here. Here's the back on this one, yellow dyed paper. Got your little eyeball charm. And here's that envelope that I made, a flip out. There's that little pocket. Different wallpaper on this one. This is a little side tuck. It doesn't really need the paper clip. I put the paper clip for this piece. Yellow dyed paper. Here's your center. If you open it, you get all three of the witches there, which is kind of cool. This is a big flip out also. I just like the little Halloween, like colorful vibes that this book has. This one has a big piece of fabric, and inside of it is where the Franken tag is on this one. Another flip out. If you flip it, if you leave it this way, she's on this side by herself, and then on this side it's the cat, but if you open it, they are together. Orange dyed paper. I did do some punching in here as well to give a little bit of interest. This one has a little bat charm on there. Stenciled a little haunted house. The other side of the vintage envelope, which if you wanted to, you could tear this open and let it be writing space also. It's up to you. And there's a little writing board. I just used scraps to make these. I like that paper also. There's my stamp. So that is Scaredy Cat. All right, we got one more to go. This one has a little bat. A little bat on there also. So cute. Okay, friends, a last one. And we'll call this one Pumpkin. This one's going to be called Pumpkin. It's got the fabric with all the little pumpkins all over it. This one on the cover, you've got this little witch here with the raven. It says Haunted for Life. Same kind of collaging effect. And this one, you've got like a spider and a pumpkin. That's what's different. Got this little witch. It's a flip out. some Sorry Silk there. Belly band, got a little raven in there. Little haunted house. Here's your envelope. It gave me no pleasure. Thank you to the folks whose tutorials I use, of course, as always. I always like to give that credit back to the people where I'm using something that they've showed how to make. Obviously, I'm not opening every little thing and taking every little thing out just because it would take a really long time to get through 3 of them. Got the grumpy witch in there. And there's my stamp. So that one is pumpkin. All right, so those are the 3 that I have made, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the flip through. If you did, if you made it to the end, drop a comment and let me know. Let me know what you're excited for this October, if you made it to the end of the video. If you're interested in these, once again, they'll be up in my Etsy shop. Until they're not, I'm going to post all the information in the description box below. So where it's down here, click where it says more info or see more or more details or whatever it says. Click there for the information. And yeah, I had to get these done because I'm going to be traveling soon. But when I get back, I'm going to see if I can squeeze in maybe 2 more Halloween books for this season, and we'll see how that goes. But I think that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.